I've been living from the neck up. Talk too loud but I don't feel much. All these colors in a clothes box, dust on every bright brush. Bare feet on the cold floor, body talking like it knows more. Little river in my local, saying let me go, let me pour. I'm lighting up the waters of my fire, melting all the borders I acquire. Every breath I'm coming back to me. Wave by wave I set my feelings free. I'm lighting up the waters of my fire, letting every pulse take me higher. In my belly, in my blood I see, I reclaim, I remember me. Slow hips in a small room, orange glow in the half moon. Every sway is a soft yes, every tear is a sweet breast. Hands land on my own skin, say my name like it's new again. I am art, I am hunger, I get louder, I get younger. I'm lighting up the waters of my fire, melting all the borders I acquire. Every breath I'm coming back to me. Wave by wave I set my feelings free. I'm lighting up the waters of my fire, letting every pulse take me higher. In my belly, in my blood I see, I reclaim, I remember me. Let it rush through. Every too much, every not you. I bless my wants, I bless my aim. This tender storm was mine to make. I'm lighting up the waters of my fire, melting all the borders I acquire. Every breath I'm coming back to me. Wave by wave I set my feelings free. I'm lighting up the waters of my fire, letting every pulse take me higher. In my belly, in my blood I see, I reclaim, I remember me.
Hey, this is Brindlewolf. You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action, with programs to spark your growth, lift your spirits, and help you rise into your potential. Rise Awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken and climb. Rise Awakenings, now is the time. Rise Awakenings, let's rise together.
It's Brindlewolf and Diane, so listen up if you can. Yeah, journey with them
Welcome
today.
to the first episode of
They help you find
Phoenix
your
Talks
way.
podcast. As Diane and I are going to be bringing
Mental
to you.
wellness is the
And we're going to be
topic of
talking
the hour.
about
Mental
various different
health and the
topics
power
that we
to
kind
tap
of
into
decided to talk
alignment
about.
will lead to our refinement. Phoenix Talks, a show like you've never seen. Phoenix Talks, awareness that has never been. Phoenix Talks with Brindlewolf and Diane. Phoenix Talks, so tune in if you can, as they help us to transform and find refuge from the storm. Because all the branches they will climb for you, just in the nick of time. With Brindlewolf and Diane, Phoenix Talks, so tune in if you can, as they help us to transform and find refuge from the storm. Because all the branches they will climb for you, just in the nick of time. Because they have a lot to say. Yeah, you'll feel different in every way. Oh, in alignment they have flown. Your transformation will be shown. Phoenix Talks, a show like you've never seen. Phoenix Talks, awareness that has never been. Phoenix Talks with Brindlewolf and Diane. Phoenix Talks, so tune in if you can. With Brindlewolf and Diane, Phoenix Talks, so tune in if you can.
Tired of losing freedom, of fighting every day. There's a word of declaration that I want to say. Wanting to get out, wanting to be free. A clearer vision seen of how my world could be. The heart cries, had enough, I'm through. Standing up, I declare to you, without fear, no more control. Today's the day I reclaim my soul. I reclaim my soul. The tyranny of kings, a phrase of 0 cents, ruling over a house, demanding dependence. Hypocrisy, intimidation, filled with cruelty and lies, not realizing it's their own heart that they truly do despise. Fear melts away. Had enough, I'm through. Standing up, I declare to you, without fear, no more control. Today's the day I reclaim my soul. I'm taking my moment, have nothing left to lose. Freedom isn't given, I have the right to choose. I can feel it in my veins, my spirit has made note. I'm claiming independence, my heart has cast its vote. Because I've had enough, I I'm through. Standing up, I declare to you without fear, no more control. Today's the day I reclaim my soul, reclaim my independence. I don't need you anymore. Take one last look as I walk out the door.
Welcome everyone to Phoenix Talks.
That song was so fire.
Thank you.
Oh.
Sorry for the drag of the microphone as I finally remember to bring it towards me.
Here we are. Oh, goodness.
Here we are. So, declare to you. That's the topic for tonight's episode. And if tonight is the first time that you're ever tuning in to Phoenix Talks, let's tell you what it's about. Each week, Diane and I come up with a topic. One of us takes turns, well, we're supposed to anyway, but I've chosen the last two.
Sometimes that happens that way.
Sometimes it just happens that way. And once it's chosen, we don't talk about it. We don't plan. We don't prepare. The only preparation you literally just saw. That's it. Is a song is written. I mean, we didn't start out that way, but that's how it's evolved. Now a song is written to help to bring out a little bit more of what we're going to talk about. Mm-hmm. And I will promise you this. We're not going to just talk politics.
Nope. Not even in the slightest.
Maybe just a slight bit.
Like just a little.
Because I did write that song on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Because the Freedom 250 happened. And what we understand as independence. And that's one reason why it was like, okay, this is an actual good follow-up to last week. Because a lot of what we understand about what independence means, we've learned through the voices of politics. As misguided as that is.
Yes. And I do also want to say that in validation of how things unfold as they're supposed to, and your poop cup can come out for this one. Whatever spirit, all that is, stars, planets, whatever, decided that the weather was going to be so detrimental to the 250 that they would have to find shelter in what happened to be the African American Museum of History.
Yes, I smiled this
so
big
good.
When that happened.
And so right.
Thank you, Spirit, for that divine message.
Okay, I had to throw that in there. That has nothing to do with the topic.
Oh, no. No.
It has everything to do with the topic.
It really does. Because declaring independence, and it's not just a document that was signed 250 years ago. I mean, granted, 2 days from now is when that actually began to take into effect. It wasn't July 4th. That's when it was signed. It wasn't put into effect until July 10th. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. But declaring independence, I am free from your rule. I declare who I am. That's the topic. And if you arrived, or if you're watching the replay and you heard the opening song, yes, that's song number 2. Well, it's song number 4 on the album Chakral Beats that I'll be releasing. It's called Waters of My Fire, and it's all about the second chakra, which, guys, guess what? Where do you think you begin to claim your independence energetically? It's in your
Yes.
second chakra.
You got to stabilize your emotions and balance your emotions, and your sacral holds that energy.
Which is why we were just a hair late today, because it was like, oh God, I forgot I wanted to put that in there.
So, aside from the political aspects of where we can go with this topic, I actually wanted to bring it to another place. Cinder Kittens, that was me that said, me too can relate to this topic and to this music, and reclaiming my own independence. And I think my opening statement for all of that is, that's kind of what we're all doing, isn't it? We're all reclaiming our independence and becoming sovereign in this healing work, in this
Right.
emotionally stabilizing ourselves.
Right.
And it takes us recognizing the deep conditioning and programming by this system that's set up to distract you with things and separate you from the truth and yourself, and holds you in a controlled state of being without you even realizing it. I mean, this is the collective you in our current, where we're at now. And if you're in another country, it may look different in your area than it does in this governmental system. So in how do we reclaim our sovereignty as a being when we're being told all of these things by this society that doesn't fit us naturally? And so that involves the deconstructing and the learning what deep conditioning is stuck in there and has you self-sabotaging, has you stuck in old patterns, has you in, even unbeknownst to you, old systems of beliefs. Are you navigating through them as they arise, or are you like, oh no, I don't live there anymore, so you're gone? No, you're not. They're still there, sabotaging you. So I feel like I'm going to go down the rabbit hole of reclaiming your independence from yourself, because that's where it starts, in that second chakra. How many?
I mean, there's a reason that. I'll let you finish in a sec.
No, I want you to
But
go down.
in the chorus, had enough. I'm through. Who's thought that? Who's felt that? Time and again, when you are in a situation that you just feel like you can't get out of, feel like that people are dependent on you, and you are dependent on their dependency, and you have to claim your own independency on yourself. We did a whole show about boundaries. Maybe we need to again. I don't know. Again, raising every appendage.
Yeah. So, personal share, there's conditioning that's surfacing for me because I'm at a point in my life where I'm transitioning into embodying a new career and putting myself in a direction. Shout out to Justin Michael, who's helping me professionally with my online appearance. But what's underneath conditioning that blocks me from moving myself forward unconsciously, that has been surfacing for the last 2 weeks as I've been expanding my own self with whatever trainings I'm doing, whatever energies I'm receiving, is shame. There's this toxic shame that's underneath the reason why I know all this stuff. I understand all this stuff, but where am I not embodying in my world what I want to embody? Where is this shame? I'm looking and I'm receiving. So right now, all that stuff's coming up for me. I don't know if it's the planets. I don't know what the heck. I just know. I had enough of this and we ain't playing no more. Where are you? Come on out. Let's work it. Let's get it done.
And how many people ask that question and immediately regret asking it because it starts to come up?
Listen, I'm surrounded by beautiful people, and I'm receiving the support and the information. I'm working with mentors, that kind of thing myself. So like, surround yourself with folks in your life that are mentors for you, and allow yourself to experience people who are in a different place than you, because they could see things and spot things and ask you questions like, well, how come you haven't done this yet? And you gotta look at yourself. You gotta look at yourself and be like, in what ways am I holding myself back and holding myself prisoner? In what ways that am I oppressing myself from expanding and being who I'm supposed to be, and just showing up fully and completely? So
Right.
Reclaiming your independence requires a community.
It also requires trust in yourself.
That part.
It requires humility and being able to hear the hard things and not go on the defensive about them, to be able to be told, well, this is what you asked for. This is what you've built. Are you okay with that? And instead of coming up with reasons as to why, quick dip into politics. If you ever watch somebody questioning a congressman, they'll have the microphone to ask questions, and they'll ask yes or no questions. And whenever they ask the yes or no questions, the respondent, instead of saying yes or no, explains as to why. When you are ready, when you're fully ready to claim your own independence from yourself, from what you've been through, what you've been going through, there is no shame, because you are humbled and ready to receive the information that you're going to be given from somebody else's point of view, from somebody else's experience and perspective. But if you're not ready to ask, I don't recommend it. Because it's going to cause a reaction in you. Well, maybe I do recommend it. Go ahead, ask the question so that you can hear, so that somebody can actually mirror it to you. And see how you take it.
Say that. Just do it. Not from abusers. You know who they are. Go to the people who have been kind to you and have given you genuine advice that you just kind of brush aside because you're not independent from your own stories. That part. Because all of this stuff, like, what are the stories that, we're both bringing up this root of what's underneath your stories. You can't reclaim your independence if you're believing the stories. Same thing in the external world. You get stories, right? Which one are you believing? What feels right with you? Which one is backed by the evidence? Which one points you in a direction that is actually considering your overall health and well-being? These are the same questions you got to ask yourself. You can't reclaim your independence if you're not honest with yourself, if you're not seeing what the stories are that are blocking you. Or maybe you see the stories and you're just not ready yet. Why aren't you ready? What's blocking you? What steps can you take that you are ready for? Are you taking those steps? Reclaiming your independence internally from yourself and your stories, and empowering yourself is what's going to change your external environment and your worldviews, even, and your life views. Even if you're at a healthier place, you're still evolving. Listen, this morning I was, tears working through it. We have to do that challenging work in order for us to claim our sovereignty, right?
Recognizing that you're going to be happy, recognizing that you're going to get angry, recognize that you're going to go into fury or elation. These are all forms of independence. You're going to have human feelings. And yeah, I'm responding to this.
Yep.
But if you get angry because you get angry, if you shame yourself because you have a passive response on the inside to something that's said, you're not claiming independence from yourself. You're not owning the fact that that's how you feel. Own how you feel. Doesn't mean that you have to go on some kind of commentary rampage on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere else and put other people down just so that you feel better. It means look at why. Why do you feel this negative impact on yourself? Why do you feel stupid? Why do you feel like an idiot? Because somebody else told you so. That's the truth. Somebody else in a different way told you that those types of actions are less than. And you became dependent on that as a way of functioning. And claiming the independence of moving away from that and not using that language at yourself. And this is where we get monsters in real life, because those people who haven't worked on it, who haven't released it, recognized it, claimed it as their own, claimed an independence from it, go out, deflect, bully, gaslight, shame, belittle. All of the past few weeks have been leading up to this. You know that, right? This entire series since we turned 100 has all been stacked on each other.
Yeah.
And that's one reason why the video is the way that it is, because that's where a lot of the influence comes from.
So I'd like to offer a solution to, not that it's a solution, just a suggestion for you to try and see if this helps you move through it in a different way. To Bubble Kittens specifically with that, making your own prisons. We tend to do that for ourselves, don't we? And we tend to make our own prisons, as in we visualize ourselves in a prison and we separate out all of these things. Instead, just see all of your triggers, okay? All of the fear-based, control, shame-based, guilt, all of those things as you're in one main prison and a bar on that prison. It's a spectrum. In what areas of life do you need to get rid of each individual bar? That's how
I'm sorry, you gave me a shameless plug.
Good. So yes, go find it in Untriggered. And help yourself with that visual. Sometimes it helps yourself to move through the emotions when you decide that I need to break myself out of jail, and what do I need to heal in this one particular bar in order to start opening it up for myself. Do this and it'll shift how it happens for you, because you're overwhelming your spirit. You're overwhelming yourself emotionally, and it's hard to emotionally stabilize yourself when it's almost like you jump from one prison cell to another. That's exhausting.
I want to break free.
Yes.
Yep. I hear you, Michael.
So we have to reclaim our independence, spirit, mind, and body. It's not just in this physical world and trying to do what's right for us. And in this physical world, it's all based in fear to maintain that control. And they slather it with coercive, controlling behaviors that include tactics that are shaming you. How many people believe that the fashion and beauty industry has created images that are unrealistic and can't make up their minds because it changes every few months, really, or every year. Like, ew, that's so last season. Like, how much are we shamed for wearing too much makeup, not wearing enough makeup, as females, or men for whatever they got going on? Like, whatever we're supposed to be naturally is shamed. That is a quadrillion million, it's a made up word, dollar industry to maintain that shame and fear based.
And who else wears white shorts or pants the day after Labor Day just as a
Because that rule was
me?
made up, but really by really rich people to show just how rich they were. Because at that time, you couldn't have like a bleached laundry. People wash things by hand, and white was very hard to clean and expensive to maintain. So that's BS in order to separate and maintain power and class status over. So again, there's that fear-based shame. You're going to be seen as a certain way. Shame. This society is slathered in shame. It's in all of our deep programs. And I feel as though none of us are going to reclaim our independence if we don't walk through all the different ways in which that independence was stolen from our hearts and our minds. It's like, I was joking the other day with somebody, and I was just like, I think I got the default setting in this human experience of shame that came as like the initial upgrade, like a software install, like with this human. Like, it was just already installed, like I got it with that software. But we have to address what it is in our emotional issues that is blocking us from becoming as independent as we can within ourselves and sovereign, unfuckwithable.
I love that word.
I do too. It's a fun word. Oh my goodness.
I think, thinking about the fashion industry, that's one thing that I loved about the 80s, is that so much of the fashion was, I just don't care what was in. I just don't care. I'm not going to wear the same color socks. Oh, this shirt doesn't match these pants. Don't care.
I wish the mean girls in school got that memo.
Right? Right?
No, my independence was stolen in so many ways.
But they were stuck in Laura Ashley, so it's okay.
Listen, I still say fuck the industry because it's all made up. Just question everything. You want to reclaim independence? Question everything. You have to question everything. And that means question your own belief system. In what ways are you continuing on that conditioning and that programming and that wiring from this incredibly oppressive and unnatural system that's not sustainable?
Yeah.
How's that showing up in your personal life, in your heart? How did that affect what you feel about yourself, what you claim about yourself? Think about it. You were told who you are. That's not independent at all. We're not going to reclaim our external world if we don't reclaim our internal world.
Nope. But then somewhere along puberty, the second chakra lit up.
Mm-hmm.
Emotions changed because hormones flooded. Realizations, awareness. Some people are still stuck in puberty. Let that one sink in.
We weren't taught to emotionally regulate in this system as it's structured. We're
Nope.
not taught to emotionally regulate in this system as it's structured. I believe Finland or Sweden teaches that in school. I believe Japan teaches that in school, and maybe some other countries, I don't know all of them, teach that in school, including at home. And it being reinforced at home. There's no teaching of that in any place because the parents are broken. The origin family's broken. And I don't mean broken as in broken. I mean unhealed, carrying over these old fear-based ways of being and ways of communicating and ways of existing that are toxic for everyone. That's why, that's why we're doing this work.
Yeah.
So just question everything, ask everything.
And if you think either one of us don't do the work that we're talking about, often
Yeah.
everything that we've talked about, we've had to work through at some point in some way.
Mm-hmm. Right. Or have
Maybe
worked
less.
it through clients.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's important for everyone to do the work, because if you don't embody it and if you don't understand it on a soul level, which only comes through the embodiment and the practice of being uncomfortable and all that stuff. On the Bloom, we're going to talk about rejection, so we'll get to that part because that's also
I'm going to loan her my song.
Yes, we had a rejection song from Phoenix Talks. You can go Google that one and find that episode and rewatch that. But I'm not rewatching it, and I don't even remember it. So I didn't even remember we did it. I'm like, oh, we did a rejection episode.
Yeah, I wrote a song for it too.
I'm just going to speak on it for the Bloom.
I'm going to loan it to her for the chat. Wait. So
yes, that'll be awesome.
If you arrive early, you'll be able to hear that again on Monday morning.
Yes, that'll be totally awesome. So, Michka, in what ways do you find yourself still reclaiming your own independence?
Oh, she wants me to get vulnerable. One of my biggest things of reclamation is more of stepping into who I am. I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. But it's releasing all of the thoughts, facing them when they happen as best I can. There are few that know what those actually are. But facing them so that I can embody what I teach. And also releasing myself from the need of validation.
That's a big one.
Because that has always been one of my biggest Achilles, because I didn't get it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then attempting to get it, either managed to get laughed at, poked fun at, gaslit, said I was too much. I know a lot of people who know me now would say, but you're not too much. Well, tell that to the people who program me differently. And I say that, but I also, because of what I understand, know that that's an agreement that I made.
Mm-hmm.
I agreed with them. I agreed to lock myself up and depend on needing a validation for how I felt and who I was and what I was doing. And moving into the independence of not needing that validation and just doing. It's a struggle.
It's huge. It's really huge.
And
Right.
I'm not going to lie, I have bad days where it's the validation turns into loneliness.
Yeah. The validation is a huge one, and needing that validation, um, in order for us to navigate through not needing validation, we have to validate the crap out of ourselves. And that does feel very lonely because we so want others to see us the way we want to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
So, in what ways are we still judging ourselves? In what ways are we still comparing ourselves? In what ways are we still afraid of being seen in a certain kind of way? Have we accepted fully and completely that anything and everything is possible, and that's not our problem? There's deeper layers of not giving a hoot that okay, I'll say it, not giving a fuck, that there's deeper layers of that has to happen with learning how to not need that external validation. And you know what the funny thing is that I've noticed is that when I lean into that idea that I don't need validation, I tend to just receive it from folks that are good with me,
Right.
love
Right.
me. It just
That's
starts
the
showing up.
paradox of it. It's just, huh?
So you got to let go of wanting it and needing it and living in it in order to receive it the way it's healthy from the right people. So there's that surrender thing that has to happen too, with trusting yourself, trusting and believing yourself. That's what we have to do when it comes to healing validation needs. It's got to come from the inside. That means trust and believe. Two different categories.
And when you say I don't need, your subconscious eliminates don't every time. And I had an example of that today. It's completely not on topic, this example, but in real time. I had gone to the store, and at the self checkout, they have carts next to the scanners that you could put everything in as you scan them. And I told myself, don't forget this item. And after I bagged everything up, grabbed my receipt, after I'd paid, of course, and was walking out, started to walk away, the woman stopped me. And the very item that I said, don't forget that to myself too, was the one that I forgot. And I'm like, oh, shit. Real time. I don't need validation. Yes, you do. Because you just gave yourself permission to need it. You just signaled your subconscious to need it. Admit to yourself that you need validation. Admit to yourself that it's something that you look for. You realize this is declaring independence, right?
All of it.
I need freedom. That's declaring.
Here's another way validation showed up for me recently. I have someone who's very near and dear to me that very lovingly and gently brought to my awareness that sometimes when I speak, I sound like I'm trying to prove myself and how much I know. And because it's a trusted source, of course, I'm going to observe myself and examine, our body reacts in a different way, though. I mean, what I'm doing is, but my nervous system is like, what you talking about, Willis? Recognize that we do have to see ourselves through the eyes of others sometimes, because when we're dysregulated or get dysregulated and trying to rebalance our emotions, we get accidentally put back into old thought patterns and behaviors. And for me, it was starting to present itself in not feeling heard, right? Not feeling understood, over explaining myself, looking like I'm trying to prove myself and my value. When I don't have to do that, I can just show up as it and let people see the fullest expression of me. And okay, the proof is right there. Less talking. So that came up for me recently, to walk through before this whole shame thing is going on right now. But you know what? I wouldn't have gotten to this whole shame part and that deeper conditioning if I hadn't walked through that validation piece, that deeper level of validation piece, because I'd stopped giving a fuck a long time ago, but that was a way it was showing up that I wasn't aware of because I got dysregulated and knocked off course. We got to constantly adjust ourselves and check in with ourselves to make sure that we're maintaining our sovereignty and independence.
Yeah. And with recognizing shame, it opens the door to vulnerability. Because you cannot be vulnerable through shame. And I'm not talking about vulnerable as in weak spots. I'm talking vulnerable as in strong ones. Because being able to admit your pain, being able to declare your independence from holding on to all this shit, that takes a strength in vulnerability. Which, by the way, I have a 2-part masterclass that you can purchase if you want. Shameless plugs for me left and right today. Come on. Grab them. If you're interested, reach out.
This is what we do professionally. So how did they know what they're looking for if they don't hear the options?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, shame and all of the little things that grow from it, the validation piece, the self-worth and value piece, all the little tiny pieces and branches that are ways in which you are being controlled, whether by your own stories or by the world around you, are all seem to be rooted in that shame that's slathered into our deep conditioning as individuals.
Right.
So reclaiming our independence really requires us to reevaluate the beliefs, the thought patterns, the behaviors we were taught, the mindsets that we have ourselves, and sitting with whatever's coming up in that conditioning, grieving, get mad about it, whatever you got to do in order to walk through it. But the idea is to walk through it from giving a space of giving yourself the compassion that you require. You're not going to move through shame without compassion. Reclaiming your independence is having the bravery and the courage to give yourself the utmost compassion, regardless of what's going on around you.
Right. You know, I can't speak for Diane, but I'm sure she won't disagree completely. We're both healers in some form of fashion. Do we know everything? Nope. Is somebody going to know more than us? Yep. Are they going to be more in tune than us? Yep. Are they going to be less in tune than us? Maybe. But we love to see people glow. And too many times, because of my personal history, will allow the misuse of that and be a little bit too open because of needing the validation, needing to people please, needing to prove my worth. when all I've really done for years is prove that I'm an emotional dumpster. And I'm claiming independence from that now.
I think everyone can relate to that. That's true. Everything you said was totally accurate. And I think everyone on some level can relate to that, because how many of us in the chat are people pleasers, former people pleasers, or recovering people pleasers?
Right.
Some variation of that pops up in all kinds of forms. How many times do we still catch ourselves saying yes when we want to say no, not holding a strong enough boundary with an individual and having to tweak our boundaries so that we can, like, okay, that didn't work, let me try it this way. Like, boundaries are important for individuals who have deep compassion for others, because having boundaries is being compassionate for yourself. It is required for you to reclaim your independence and to stop being nothing but of service to others and not being balanced in how much there is an exchange of energy, right? I have a couple of people that pull at me too sometimes. And my boundary is this falls under the realm of a paid session. And if this is my personal time right now, so if you need more information, then we got to dive
Right.
into session.
Right.
Because people like free advice and free information, or they feel as though supporting you earns them information. And same thing in our personal lives, where people give you gifts and do you favors, and now there's this expectation slathered on top of you when you didn't ask for nothing, right? You know what I'm saying? So, like, mind your relationships. Cinder, I think you mentioned something about relationships earlier. Mind your balanced exchange of energy. You're not independent. You're not reclaiming your sovereignty if you're allowing someone else to overshadow your needs and to overshadow and overstep your boundaries. Okay? That's an important piece of reclaiming our independence. I don't know about you, Michka, but I always have people reaching out looking for free shit. I can't keep my lights on that way. You're
Same.
taking up my energy and time, my mental capacity, my information, my knowledge and experience that people pay for. So, it's in life, what are you overgiving? How are you overgiving in certain aspects of your experience? How are you letting others dictate to you what you think, how you feel, what you say, how you behave? Are you tiptoeing around people around you? Are
And
you
here's something to remember when somebody says something to you about what you're doing, because I can hear potential comments later on that might be made about this specific segment of this specific show. If any of if any negative comments about something that you said comes your way, if it's not from somebody that you trust, somebody that you know is just mirroring to you what you need to hear, remember that what they're saying is nothing about you, because you just lit up something that they haven't released. And that's what they're angry at. That's what their response is from. It has nothing to do with you.
Remember, everybody's walking around projecting their own limited pain onto you. You can't free yourself if you're saying, okay, I'll carry that pain for you. I'll take responsibility for it to make you feel better and comfortable. Like, just saying that out loud, it sounds ridiculous, but we kind of have to hear it that way in order for us to recognize, oh, well, no. And in what ways are we sneakily walking on eggshells for people that we don't realize? Like, What's our soul telling us? What's our body telling us? Are we believing our body, or are we dismissing and rationalizing? Think of all the ways in which you're handing your power over to other people. Check all your relationships and check how you show up. Are you giving your power away without noticing it and creating habits in others and expectations in others because you're overextending yourself?
Right.
Reclaim your independence. Boundaries.
And then when you overextend yourself and you have to take a break, or you're forced to take a break, okay, what did that just cost you? What did that niceness, not wanting to hurt somebody else's feelings, not wanting to walk or having to walk on eggshells, not expressing what it was that was true for you, not to be cruel, that's not your intention, but stating what needed to be said. And because it wasn't, and oh, well, I don't want to hurt their feelings, what did that cost you?
If their feelings are getting hurt, they're coming from that space of pride and inability and capacity to hold space for themselves. So you're taking responsibility on for someone's emotional labor who doesn't have the capacity to walk through it themselves. That's very damaging to you. It's at a high cost to you. That's what it's doing to you. It's costing you your time, energy, and capacity.
I'm actually going to modify the homework I gave my mentee today for everyone else. Get pen and paper and write down as many things as you can think of that you need to claim independence from. Yourself, your feelings, people. Write it down. Look at it. See it. Because you're going to be amazed at what comes up.
Emotional neglect creates a lot of need for validation and attention. That's not love. So find individuals who have the capability to emotionally connect and hold space and have depth emotionally and with emotional maturity. So this is why I say, like, you gotta create a community for yourself. It's going to feel isolating, but if you're surrounded by nothing but emotional neglect and abandonment and all this mistreatment and whatnot, no, you are definitely, each prison cell needs to be, you need to walk through it and break yourself out of prison.
Yeah.
You deserve better than that. You have to believe that about yourself first.
And present relationships aside, the people that I got attention from, and I was so desperate for the kind of attention they were giving me, that I went too far. And now none of them have anything to do with me. And that was a prison I created because of my desperation for the need of attention and validation. There have been so many good friendships that I personally, now this is a tough one to admit, on air, that I personally ruined. Because all I did, because I needed to be heard, I needed my frustrations to be heard, I needed my problems to be validated, and I over and over and over again until they didn't want to hear me at all. Did anyone ever directly tell me that? They didn't have to, because they just stopped showing up.
Let folks remove themselves from your experience. It's a matter of resonance, what really resonates with you in your heart, what feels right to you, what makes you feel safe, what relaxes your nervous system. Reclaiming your independence is helping you regulate your nervous system and taking control of your emotional regulation. Okay, you are in the driver's seat, and reclaiming your independence is look what came out. Sorry, we're getting ready for tomorrow apparently.
And you're echoing Michael Che
Oh, what
and
I
Eddie Mercury,
he
or
said.
Freddie Mercury, rather. He said, "I want to break free." He was quoting
Oh,
Freddie Mercury's song earlier.
well, okay. Can't make this shit up. We just preview. Like, okay. Holy moly, that was a lot of meat and potatoes to talk about with your sovereignty and how that bleeds out into your outer world. And we got a lot of homework to do. Let's write down the shit that we need to break free from and let ourselves do it. Love yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, can we talk
That
about
was a lot.
Founders Day?
I was just grabbing the graphic.
Do not forget to join the raffle at different tiers for different kind of readings with myself, Michka, or Michael. That's going to be spoken to you at the core for Founders Day. It's not coming out the way it's supposed to. You get my gist.
And just in case anybody is confused, we have 3 levels of the raffle. $10 up, you can get into the 10-minute. At $50, you'll get into a different raffle for a half hour. At $75, you'll get into a different raffle for a full session, which, like I've said, can last between an hour and a half. Most people who've had readings with me know that I can go.
Same with me. Folks know that.
and tangents happen along the way, so but any level of those donations, and you can go over to Embers of Light. Let me grab that QR code for you real quick.
Yes. So that the raffle is that is going to be
That's not it. That's
the
one.
morning of, before the show, before the core. So that's why I'm saying make sure you get in on that if you want to enter to win a session with us at whatever.
And so far we have 1 entry for a half hour.
Wonderful.
Keep them
Yes.
coming, guys. This is all done volunteer based,
Yes.
and we do need the capability of your help and your support to keep this going. At the very least on Xeno. Restream is something that can come out of pocket, but Xeno has larger requirements in order for us to maintain and continue. And that cannot come out of pocket, unfortunately, due to other reasons that none of your business. But just saying.
Listen,
I don't always speak eloquently, and that was one of those times. Sorry.
We're and the financial burden is all on Michka, just so everyone knows. I show up. I donate my time, my energy, my knowledge, my experience. Michka dedicates a lot of hours behind the scenes, a lot of social media time, a lot of personal finances on top of his own expenses. And we're building this from scratch, from the ground up. And so this is what's happening. As it grows and expands, so do the demands. And so that being said, and understanding that this is like growing and evolving, I want to keep it growing and evolving. So even like if you want to donate $1, that's cool. Like, like anything is helpful. We're trying to make it fun by offering a raffle as an incentive to move you into a higher bracket if that's possible. But everyone is at a place struggling this community in this economy. And so we're not like, we don't even want to ask, but we don't have a choice because deadlines are coming up, and neither of us have all of it. So,
Nope.
and this keeps growing, and the volunteer hours keep
Expanding.
expanding. So, and we're both spread very thin. So that's why we're trying to do this as fun and whatever is possible. But I mean, the radio station is beautiful. Rise Awakenings is fantastic. Look at all the healing work that we do over here. We do so much in this community and for the community, and we just love doing it. So we want to keep doing it.
But we can't do that without you.
And we're super grateful. Thank you. And we want
And
you.
I'm gonna sweeten because remember I had said that if anybody subscribes at the $75 level,
Yes.
I'm gonna sweeten it one more time
Go for it. Let's do
because I do have paperback copies of my book,
it. Ooh.
and the first 2 that subscribe, I will send you an autographed copy.
Ooh. Yeah, I'd jump on that because when he becomes like Tony Robbins, you ain't gonna
No. Well, if when I become like Tony Robbins, I'll be standing up there, one for you, one for you, one for you. I'll be like Oprah fucking Winfrey with here.
If you live in the Columbus, Ohio area, reach out to me. I host a Sunday Circle here every Sunday, which is reflected in the Bloom. The Bloom is a reflection of my community service here in Columbus, Ohio. So I want you to come and see me or come and find me, and that would be lovely to,
Right.
meet the community in person.
And if you want to know what the book is like, ask Steffi, Bubble Kittens. She'll tell you. A few of them will have read it. She is working with me directly through it, and because it's an on your own, but it really goes deeper if you work directly.
Because it's guided. I mean, that's our job, is to guide you to your highest potential. That's our job. That's what we choose to do, and that's our purpose that we're embodying.
And to steal a quote, we love to be in service to the people who love the service that we provide.
Yes.
And and you'll read the book in my voice.
In Micah's voice.
You'll hear it. I guarantee it. If you've heard me talk, you will hear my voice because it has my inflection and my sass all the way through.
And we went a little bit over to talk about Founders Day and shamelessly plug everything, and that's cool because that's
all
what
right.
we're gonna do. That's part of this. That's the weird part that we got to go through, and that's part of our
just
growth
like
and evolution.
Just like I got to tell you that coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern over on Zeno.fm is Will Iomi and Honky Tonk Heaven, where he's playing your country covers. And then tomorrow morning, Rev D, my lovely co-founder, Michael J, my lovely web designer, and I will be back as the Oracle to bring you another episode of Can't Make This Shit Up. I mean the core. And then tomorrow afternoon at 5 p.m., Michael will be back for another Defining Your Character. And then Sunday, Amanda will be bringing Mystic Mist. I haven't received word whether or not she's going to try and do another pop-up on Saturday. And then obviously, the lovely Rev D will be back for the Bloom on Monday morning at 11 a.m.
Yes.
And she's got one more
I don't know what
card.
it is. I'm not even, I didn't look. I don't know if it's upside down.
It's break free again.
No, you saw where it came from. What the?
So with that,
we really can't make this shit up.
love you guys. Really do. Love you. Love yourselves. Keep going, keep glowing, keep growing. And damn, I declare to you.
Tired of losing freedom, of fighting every day. There's a word of declaration that I want to say. Wanting to get out, wanting to be free. A clearer vision seen of how my world could be. The heart cries, had enough, I'm through. Standing up, I declare to you without fear. No more control. Today's the day I reclaim my soul. I reclaim my soul. The tyranny of kings, a phrase of 0 cents, ruling over a house, demanding dependence. Hypocrisy, intimidation, filled with cruelty and lies, not realizing it's their own heart that they truly do despise. Fear melts away. Had enough, I'm through. Standing up, I declare to you without fear. No more control. Today's the day I reclaim my soul. I'm taking my moment, have nothing left to lose. Freedom isn't given, I have the right to choose. I can feel it in my veins, my spirit has made note. I'm claiming independence, my heart has cast its vote. Because I've had enough, I'm through. Standing up, I declare to you without fear. No more control. Today's the day I reclaim my soul. Reclaim my independence. I don't need you anymore. Take one last look as I walk out the door.
Hey, this is Brindlewolf. You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action, with programs to spark your growth, lift your spirits, and help you rise into your potential. Rise Awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken and climb. Rise Awakenings, now is the time. Rise Awakenings, let's rise together.